my phone. I guess my phone do that too.
It does. We up.
I've been on that phone instead of the Note. Like I like that. Like Apple products, they got me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, once you get one product, you know it's a gateway product. You
Right.
get one product, and eventually I got a Apple phone, and I end up getting a Mac, and a
Right.
watch, and Apple TV.
You stuck.
Yeah, they got me. They got me.
There you go.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the real Nick Terry, and I got a special guest for y'all today. Hold on, let me back it up. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the real Nick Terry, and I have a special guest today. I'm honored. It's a privilege. This is the guy who raised me, y'all. This is my older brother, Philip Williams. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, ironically enough. It's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
It's crazy how, things kind of like turn around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You invested a good portion of your life into me and my sister, and now it's about time for me to reciprocate that.
Well, the motto was and always will be each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
I definitely had a blessed opportunity to be able to raise you and your sister to the best of my ability with the assistance of our grandparents. God rest both of their souls. Because Boyd Helen and Vaughn James, none of that would have been at all possible. So, but yeah, man, like I'm humble enough to accept the fact that I may be learning some stuff from you.
Okay.
And that's the goal. Like the older I get, listen, man, some things my mom, I might start forgetting some stuff.
Right.
The older I get, I understand that you guys grasp information, and technology is changing so much faster now. I might need you to help me, get it in the right direction. So I'm open for that. I tell my football kids that all the time. I try to give them everything I can give them. So one day, if God bless me and my wife with a child, and they wind up playing football, one of my kids might be my coach. One of my kids might be my football kid. One of my kids might be my child's coach. And if that takes place, I need them to recycle what I gave them.
Okay. How long you been coaching?
What is
how did you get into coaching sports?
Man, you.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
I remember when you were about 6 or 7. And you came out on a porch. I was on a porch outside at the old house.
Okay.
You was like, I want to play football. And I was like, man, what made you think you could play football? Because you were so small.
I turned out pretty good.
You turned out great. And you looked me in my eye. In all seriousness, as a young man, you looked me in my eye and told me, because I got hard.
Mm.
And when you said that, it pierced me. I'm gonna just be honest. It did something to my heart, and I was like, I gotta sign this man up. So when I signed you up, you played for Dundalk, and you did good your first year, but the team wasn't so hot.
Right.
So the next year you did even better. Team wasn't so hot. Then you wound up going out Middle River, man, and the rest was history. From Middle River, you did your thing, and I realized how violent of a hitter you were on defense playing against Prairie Hall one day. Them 2 back-to-back hits and fumbles, man, they caught my attention. And I knew from there it was going to be something great. So me supporting real hard on the sideline, even though I wasn't a coach, I was coaching you.
Right.
And then as other parents saw the time that I invested in you, they began to ask me questions about football in its entirety and what should they do with their kid and this and that. And I was like, listen, man, I coached at Dundalk before we went to Middle River, though, with Dedrick. Your last year.
I think so, when I played A10.
And, that was my very first coaching experience.
Okay.
So all in all, I think I've been coaching now for about, I want to say like 12 years, to be honest. Consistently 10.
Gotcha.
Consistently 10, but 12 years altogether. And, but a lot of my coaching wasn't even necessarily with a coach's hat on. It was just, motivating and encouraging kids on the sideline, making sure you had what you needed, being game ready and stuff like that. And then from Middle River, I didn't want you to go to just, in the old high school. And at the time, Tech was what was going on. Tech was popping.
Sure. And
it was a great educational experience for you. Got you away from your everyday norm. And it was the closest thing to a private school education for free.
Yeah.
It was between Eastern Tech and Milford. Because I worked in the Woodlawn area, in the Milford area. So
Calvert Hall. I went to Calvert Hall.
On a shadow day. Yep. It was between those 3. Calvert Hall was wanting that bread, and they weren't trying to really help us. So we chose Tech. It was closer. It was convenient, but it was far enough away from home where you could get a different experience.
Gotcha.
That's why I did what I did. So I've been coaching for a minute, but like how I got into the rec ball coaching, like with the hat on, was my man Owen, man, Coach Owen, man, China Station veteran.
Okay.
And he was trying to get me to coach for like 3 years. And I was telling him, nah, man, I ain't ready. I was nervous, but I wanted to do it. And then one day he was like, man, when you gonna come out? And I came out, man. We won the championship our first year.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was live. Lou Nasir, David. I still coach David, ironically.
A lot of the kids that you had at rec ball, transitioned over with you and followed you to high school.
Yeah, some of them did do that. Yes, they did. And that's a wonderful experience in itself. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of got spoiled with it because I got to spend a lot more time with them. They got to see me on a personal level,
right?
So they bought in more to what I was teaching them in regards to coaching. Because not only did I say certain things, they saw the benefit of me saying what I was saying. I was practicing what I was preaching. Thank God. And it made them sell out that much more. What I mean by that, it made them invest in themselves and trust in me more. So it put the performance on the field at a much higher level. And these guys have been balling out.
I remember when you first started coaching up Overly High School. Mm-hmm. The program historically has been, pretty good. Mm-hmm. However, at the time that you had got there, they were kind of like lacking in structure and in culture. Mm-hmm. What principles or what philosophies did you bring with you to the program because your first year, second year, you won the county championship?
My first year, I won the JV county championship with Coach Heavy. Shout out to Coach Heavy. Shout out to Coach Rollins, too, for giving me an opportunity. Believe it or not, that's what I'm going to tell a lot of people. And I'm glad you touched on that. Okay. Overly wasn't doing as bad as people thought. Yeah. I think Overly is...
They always had athletes.
It's a big secret, though. You either have to be one or two things at Overly. You have to be involved in the community to know what's really going on. Okay. And at a deeper level, you have to be involved in the school. Gotcha. See, a lot of people, they hear... When I first got to Overly to work as a behavior specialist on the crisis team. Okay. As a dean of students at Overly.
Is that more like a one-on-one, or is it more like a student advocate type?
It's more like it's a multitude of things, but it's definitely not one-on-one. I do have one-on-one situations, but it's more like a student advocate type thing, dealing with behaviors and stuff like that. Okay. But when I got there, a lot of people asked what school in my orientation at Towson. They asked what school was I going to. Everybody had to stand up and say what school they were going to. And when I said Overly, the crowd just shifted. I was like, you want to go there? Yeah. All the gang stuff and the gambling. And the crazy thing is, the more they said that, the more I wanted to be at Overly.
Right, absolutely. But you come from you come from that type of culture.
Yes, so sir.
It would be a lot easier for you to be able to reach those kids anyway. Why do you think those coaches or those educators had that mindset or that stereotype specifically to Overly?
Because nobody wants to lose to... Not too many coaches. I'm gonna say no one. Nobody wants to lose a game, but a lot of people don't want to lose to the poor kids.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? We were the bottom of the food chain. So now they know we produce athletes. They know it's talent in the area. They know it's good coaching. But nobody wants to lose to Overly. I mean, we had stints where we were on the news at certain times for certain situations and fights. And the crazy thing is, these fights happen at every school. Ours just got recorded.
That's true.
Ours just got posted. And then it went to the news. You understand what I'm saying? So not making excuses, just being honest and giving y'all the stats. But no one wants to lose to the school that so-called don't have discipline. No one wants to lose to the school who so-called struggles with coaching and keeping coaches. Nobody wants to lose to the school that don't have new uniforms every other season. You understand? We the bum school, but we make do with what we have.
Gotcha.
And we come out on top when we do it. So that's all the more reason that I wanted to be there. And I didn't even know that was the environment. I wanted to go there because of the challenge. Right. I wanted to go there because people doubted that these kids deserve an opportunity. I didn't even know any of those kids. I knew one person in the building when I got there. That was my former principal at my at the alternative school I used to work at. Okay. And when I got in there, I was just like, yo, put me in the mix. For real. You know what I come from. Like, I come from level 5 alternative school, block facility type, group home, foster care type. That's my dynamic. They the kids that I reach. And I can reach just about any kid, but like that's my hit right there.
I mean that's your target. That's your target.
That's my target.
That's who gravitates to you.
Right.
Okay, I think we're moving. We're rolling on a little bit.
Okay.
I forgot you. Yeah, you talk a lot.
I talk a lot. I don't know how long this one lasts. I'm here though.
It's gonna be a minute. I'm gonna be editing.
You can part 2 it, part 3 it, how you want. I got answers for days, man.
That's a bet. So Turner Station football, Overly High School, mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those kids that you're coaching and that you're mentoring, they might not come from a two-parent household.
Right.
A lot of them are, in between the system.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them may be in the system.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to, like you said earlier, practice what you preach? Because these are impressionable lives that are watching you when you pull up to the school. They're watching what you drive. That's right. Yeah. They're watching who you're talking to, how you're conducting yourself. Yeah. They're watching you on and off the field. They're watching everything. Everything.
It's extremely important for me to do the very best that I can to practice what I preach and walk the way I said people should walk, or walk the way that I say that I walk.
Gotcha.
Let's put this out there first. Let's just be honest. I'm far from perfect. I struggle every day just like everybody else. It's nothing. It's nothing that, Jesus, man, I'm getting caught up in the emotion.
He's gonna cry.
Listen, man.
He's gonna cry.
It's
He's
nothing. It's
like
nothing at all out there that you guys haven't experienced or went through that I haven't tapped into. Yeah. I promise you that. And the reason why I say that is people count people out for that. And I've been counted out so many times, it's crazy. Yeah. Whether it's been family, whether it's been close friends, whether it's been a supervisor, whether it's been a teacher my guidance counselor told me I was going to be addicted to drugs when I was young. Like, just people don't even understand how you get counted out by that.
Right.
So it's very important for me to do the best that I can to walk the walk that I talk, because if I ever hiccup big enough in public, a person could use that as an excuse to go back.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? And some people are like, well, that's not your responsibility to raise them. They're not your kids. They are my kids. They are my kids. They will always be my kids. Until they say, you know what, I'm no longer your kid. that's for them to decide.
Like I did a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You remember that?
That was hilarious. I'll never forget that.
I meant that though.
Yeah, I know you did.
I meant that.
It didn't stop it from being hilarious though. It was comical, but I understood why you said what you said. You was in a situation, and it's to be understood.
I'm a man now. I gotta kind of fend on my own now. If I need some help or some advice or some guidance,
and that's the double standard, right?
Listen, or some sneakers or something like that. You definitely
we'll tap into the sneaking game later, I guess.
Got you.
Yeah, y'all gotta bear with me. That's an emotional topic for me, but I just want to let people know that I do make mistakes. So for whatever reason that you see me make a mistake, don't judge my mistake so much that you alter your life. If you know right from wrong, continue to do right. If you see me in public slapping the taste out of somebody's mouth, and I told you 2 minutes ago,
they deserved it.
Still, it ain't right. If you see me doing something like that, and I'm telling you, nonviolence is the way, I'm a hypocrite at the moment. Okay. But don't allow my situation to curve you so much, or to go back to use that as an excuse. That may be the time that I'm talking about when I say each one teach one. Gotcha. I might need you to tell me, hey, bro, that might not be the move.
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I've instilled that in you so much, or I've instilled that in whosoever so much.
Right.
That's when that energy comes back.
Okay.
Coach, hold wait, you might not want to do that. Remember you told me, I've had those moments before.
Yeah.
I've linked on coaches to the utmost before, and my kids would be like, Coach, I'm like, you know what, you're right.
Right.
I apologize. I had to apologize to the kids.
What about referees?
Oh man, yeah, but you know what's funny about referees?
You one of those coaches you be barking on the refs?
No, because that's what people think coaching is, and that's not what it is. But the hit is this: when they wrong. I let them know as best as I can from a professional manner. Mm-hmm. When I go off, when I have gone off on a ref really bad, it's because they disrespected my kid.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? We don't practice to lose.
Yeah.
So don't take something away from my kid that you blatantly saw was wrong and not correct the wrong, and then bark at my kid. Don't disrespect because whether parents want to admit it or not, they give you their kids for that time that you coach them.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if your kid get hurt, when they come to find out why, I better have that information. I'm responsible for that kid. So I take it personal when you disrespect my kid or talk down on my kid or you try to police and bully my kid. Nah, he has a representative. He has somebody to advocate for him. I'm that coach.
Gotcha.
I've called timeouts to let a ref know, don't talk to him don't walk down on my kid. You let me know what he did wrong, and I'll take him out the game.
This hunger and this motivation and this fire and this tenacity that you have for the youth and for your community, where did it come from?
Not having. let me backtrack. Shout out to Flippin Senior Center, all the recs that opened up for us when we were younger. I can't say we didn't have, we did, but it was temporary. I was always taught to be what it is you didn't have. That's why to be what it is that you didn't have. Don't sit back and sulk and complain about it. We didn't have a lot of outlets. We didn't have a lot of solid, consistent men motivating us as kids. Gotcha. My core crew, we raised each other. Right. And a lot of people are like, how do you raise each other? Y'all don't know what y'all doing. We were trial and error.
Absolutely.
It was one time with 3 of us out the crew, thought we had 3 different chicks pregnant at the same time. Oh. We 13, 12, and 13. No, we 13, 13, and 14. Bro, that's real.
That's some real life.
First off, what you doing out there having sex that young? But I ain't gonna even touch on that because nowadays it's just like. But I'm just saying, like, that's a touchy topic. So right. we learn trial and error. You know what I'm saying? We really people. Even though some of us may have went our separate ways, we were still in a group. So some people decided to hustle. Some people was doing, the school college thing. Some people was in the workforce and hustling. Some people was college work and hustling. Right. Some people was womanizing and it was serious. But we raised each other.
Gotcha.
If shout out to my man Russell, if he did something that I was like, oh boy, that was deadly.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. That's my man. I love him all day. But I know I can't do that.
Absolutely.
If I did something and went somewhere that they wasn't feeling, I'm not doing my feel just that he tripping.
Gotcha.
We raised each other.
What do you think was that big, you know what, I'm going to choose this path and kept you, because you weren't necessarily on the straight and narrow.
Nah.
Right?
I wasn't.
But what was that in the back of your mind? You know what? I got to be doing better. Or that in the back of your mind, or what was they driving for specifically that you were like, you know what? I can't go this route because of X, Y, Z.
Conviction. And the conviction came directly from God. And I know, no disrespect to any viewers, I'm probably going to lose some people. And it's not because I don't think you're smart. It's not because I don't think you possess the wisdom. It's because I understand that some people don't believe. Okay. But if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for the Holy Spirit, I'd be doing me right now.
Gotcha.
Conviction. When I know I'm about to do something wrong and it feel awkward and you just can't do it, you feel convicted.
Gotcha.
Even when you ignore the conviction and do it, the outcomes never feel good because you know you weren't supposed to be doing it. So my thing was always, I don't want to be like my dad. I miss my dad. Dad passed when I was 3 from a heroin overdose. Our mother struggles from addiction to this day. True. You understand what I'm saying? Addiction has attacked our family like never before. And I didn't want to follow that same path. This is not me judging. I miss my people. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not what I'm doing. But at the same time, I always heard God as a young one. Before I had y'all, you're a generational curse breaker.
Gotcha.
I'm different.
Gotcha.
Literally, like I'm one will make a difference. That's where they come from. Right. I'm not the same, and people use that loosely. Like, I'm different. I'm not the same. But you gotta understand, being different is lonely.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So that's what it was. Conviction. I felt bad. Literally, I could be doing something way off, and people could be cheering me on, like, "Yo, do that, Phil. Do that, yo, yeah." And inside is like, you wrong.
Interesting.
Conviction. That's simple. Conviction.
Recently, you got married.
Shout out to my lovely wife, Danielle Williams.
Listen,
hey, girl.
I never ever thought in a million years that he would get married.
Yeah, that's true.
I never thought I would get married.
See how things change when you get older.
Absolutely. Yeah. And how important, because you know what you accomplished by yourself. I saw you personally. It wasn't like you were, rock bottom and anything like that. Yeah. But I saw you get with this specific woman, and your life began to change.
Yeah.
I saw some upgrading. Whether it was financial literacy, how you began to steward your money, how you began to deal with more love and more wisdom, and I literally saw you kind of grow up quickly. How important is it to have, a strong that strong cornerstone in your corner? That strong. I'm trying to get the words.
I got you. I'm just waiting for you.
You recently got married. Shout out to Danielle, my sister-in-law.
Man, listen.
I love when she make the apple pie joints. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but I'll post a video of it's like an apple turnover.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It'll bless your life.
Prior to Danielle, you were coaching, still doing your community work, mentoring. Then you got with this other individual, and from my perspective, things just began to go up. How important is it? What impact has she had on you?
Tremendous. Once again, shout out to my wife, man. She is beyond spectacular. First off, from a spiritual perspective, when you get married, you don't realize that you qualify for other things as a unit.
Okay.
So instantly, not because I wasn't able to handle myself and take care of things, if I can use the term stock, my stock just like rocketed.
Okay.
With Danielle, what my wonderful wife helps me with is a different perspective because I'm a thinker, and even when I'm not thinking, I'm thinking. So
thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So with that is she opens my mind to other avenues.
Okay.
She gives me different options, and I'm gonna be honest, my wife is more business savvy than I am. I'm gonna go straight to the source. You know, people will say, I want to buy a house. I'm like, all right, here with the money. I want to buy the house. I'm gonna move in today. Give me the keys. It don't work like that.
Right,
you need a realtor. Right. You need to get your credit checked. I don't have time for none of that. I just want what I want, and I want it now. And she's opened me up to it's an order in how you do things.
A process.
Yeah, and you know, because I'll be honest, one of my flaws, one of my things that I can increase is my impatience. I'm impatient with stuff.
Gotcha.
But like she keeps me grounded from a standpoint of handling things from a higher level of business. And then she reminds me, because of who I am as a strong black man, and because I'm tall and big in stature, that some people don't know how to take me.
Gotcha.
So I have to move a little different. Now that ain't saying I'm dumbing it down and I'm cowering out, but like I can't. If I can't get what I want right now, that don't mean I buck up and like, yo, I said I want that. I want. It's ways to go about it. She's taught me a higher level of networking.
Interesting.
She comes with a heavy set of credentials. I know God sent her because we work in the same field. She's an English teacher. I'm a behavior specialist at the so-called rival high school, right?
Okay.
But she's also a licensed therapist with a master's in psychology.
Right.
But that's what I went to school for.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So as my mind wanders, she's right there. I don't lose her.
Absolutely.
Sometimes she's 2 steps ahead of me. She's just waiting for me to get there.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I'm 3 steps ahead of her and I'm thinking she'll never catch me. And then she's around the corner.
Gotcha.
Like it's crazy.
Gotcha.
The way she compliment me is nuts. I could talk all day about my wife. I'm just grateful that that she there, man. She's solid. She's solid. She's solid, man. She's solid.
So we got where we at? Let me see where we at over here. All right, we money. We doing pretty good.
Okay. Oh, I know I'm tapped out. I'm at 20 minutes large. I'm